I heard someone say, I don't know. That's the most beautiful sound I've heard today already. And why is that?
Because that means there's room to learn.
I don't know means there's room to learn. And last time I checked, this is a place called school. And in school, we're supposed to teach. So don't be afraid of the words, I don't know, at CUNY Prep.
We take kids in September, January, and April. And that means that we will see far more kids throughout the year than we will actually test or even graduate.
We want you to expand your life opportunities. We want you to participate in community and civic affairs.
Orientation comes and you have this room filled with students.
I'm not judging you for wanting to fight. I judge you for following through on it. Okay. Because I expect you as a student and a young adult to step back and think.
And then we move into classes, and little by little you begin to see students who are not cutting it behaviorally, and so they're asked to leave, students not cutting it behaviorally, and so they leave themselves, and then students who have these myriad of life issues that have kept our students from coming or things that make them leave.
I had went into mental institutions and I felt more safe, and I felt more like, oh, I could survive here. Like I couldn't survive out in the real world with freedom, because I realized I would abuse my freedom. Like,
right now, we have authority, but once each and every one of us walk out these doors, we are reliving that criminalizing life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or that's all we have. That's all we know. Everybody, we're here for a specific reason. Each and every one of us has some type of issue or dilemma going on out there. Right now, we can do well because we have authority. But once we walk out those doors, that's it.
Some of these stories are just absolutely heartbreaking, things that you wouldn't even imagine. And because we work so hard to develop a relationship with the kids, when we hear that a kid has been stabbed, a kid is in jail, a kid has committed a crime, a kid has a baby, a kid became pregnant, it really sort of, you know, puts you in a position where you just continually saying to yourself, how much more of their lives can I control? And realizing that you do have limits.
We care about you even when you're not caring about yourself.
We work so hard with these young people and trying to support them.
At the conclusion of this workshop, when we're finished, you should be able to do the following things.
But there is a time in which you have to ask yourself, when is too much too much? I mean, when do we coddle to the point that without our supports, the kid can't be successful?
You don't get born knowing how to be a good student. You got to learn it. And so we're here to help you do that.
A lot of young people fall behind, and because we have 3 cycles a year, in their minds, oh, I'll stop coming and I'll just start again next cycle. So we have a number of young people who have come back this cycle, for the April cycle, who started in January or who started in September. So we have to find a balance between, you know, rewarding resilience and bouncing back, and at the same time, not enabling people to take the easy way out and wait 3 months until the next cycle begins.
So that means that the right was what? 2/1.
So, you know, it's a messy little thing. I mean, you know, how do you keep teachers up when they start with 25 kids and then end up with 10 to 12 at the end of the cycle, only to ask them to start this whole thing all over again, and potentially the same thing, you know, may happen. You know, that's, I think, very difficult.
Attendance-wise, I think it's probably the biggest disappointment for me this cycle.
We don't have 100% successes. We have some heartbreaking moments.
Last cycle, always asleep, always having to wake him up.
But the best thing about this job in this place is that we have a group of faculty, staff, and administrators who really are about perfecting our work.
What I'm worried about is just losing her altogether.
No, I know
Do you know
what you mean.
I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I think it's more important for us to focus on, you know, where they are and getting them through.
I'm exhausted, but I'm rejuvenated every cycle by the opportunity to get it better and to do it right.
For the past year, I've been making the worst mistakes in life that have disappointed my family. I pretty much think that CUNY Prep will help me with all of these problems.
I'm messing up a lot in the past year. I kicked out of 2 schools, lost 2 scholarships. Just want to get back on the right track.
Whenever you see young people who you've never seen before come into this building, sit at these tables and chairs, sit up in their chairs, pull their pants up when they're told, work actively on projects, complete a 7-page autobiography, and it's that you say, oh my gosh, oh I can't be down, because you know these kids are changing their lives for us.
So like for the next 12 weeks, your life should be in protect mode.
Because we demand it, we expect it, and then we support them. And it happens. So it's like, it's not magic, it's just what we all know in education to be. Hold kids to high expectations, support them in doing it, and they will rise. Whether or not they'll stay there is another issue, but they do rise to the occasion.
And the only thing we're asking you to do is come to school every single day.
And that in and of itself makes it so that I can't be tired.
We have struggled. Give me an example. I mean, talk to me.